object, place, species, etc. is called a noun. It is called a noun. Now, let me give you a practical example. Now, look at all the things around you. Take a look. Listen to the video and watch it. You might have a ceiling fan, a cot, a bed, a table, a chair, or many other things around you. Right? So, these things have their own names. Names, right? Suppose there's an item made of wood. That wooden item has its own name. An iron item has its own name. Similarly, all the things in your house have their own names. And the place where you live also has its own name. You might live in a village. That village has its own name. The state you live in has its own name. The district you live in has its own name. So, when we call any person, any object, any place by its name, whom? By its name, that's what we call a noun. Noun, what starts with in, name, and n is the noun. So, the name of any object, any person, any place, any caste, whatever, if an object has a name and we call it by its name, what will it be called? It's a noun, okay? That's its exact definition. Now, all the objects you have, in the sky, on earth, wherever in the universe, all objects fall under the category of noun. If they have a name, okay? So, everything around us falls under the category of noun. Everything is a noun. In your house, the fan, table, chair, armchair, TV, bed, cupboard, and all the utensils in your kitchen, all the spices, refrigerators, axe, coolers, whatever, everything from A to Z, that has its own name, all of them fall under the category of noun, right? If you call them by their names, they're called nouns, right? So, for example, RAM is the name of a person, computer is the name of a machine, go is the name of a place, honesty means a quality of someone, happiness means you want to express someone's feelings, childhood means a stage of your life. For example, adulthood is a stage of life. Childhood is a stage of life. Similarly, everything that has its own name, all of that falls under the category of noun. Let's look at examples. So, first, look at examples in the form of a person. As a person, it could be anyone. For example, it could be a teacher. Ram is the name of a person. You, brother, are also the name of a person. What is a boy? A mother, a father, an uncle, an aunt, anything that has a name. It's called a noun, in the form of animals and birds, like a cow, a parrot, a monkey, a crocodile. A crocodile means a pigeon. In the form of a place, like a garden, a door, a field, a square, a riverbank. All these things are places. So, what are these? They have their own name. So, what would this be? It would be a noun, in the form of an object, like a chair, a table, a cupboard, a spoon, a banyan, a neem tree, a tree. Similarly, any object that has a name of its own, and if we call it by its name, we use a noun. So, anything that we can touch, see, and feel, anything that has these three qualities, maybe even if it has only one quality, is still a noun. If even one of these qualities is found and has its own name, what is it? It's a noun. So, that's the simple definition of a noun. You're so confused about it. Every object around us, everything, has its own name. If we call it by its name, it's called a noun. Okay?